this one, you get that one. Teamwork.
Crack and stack.
Crack and stack. I think there was a day at work where I like bought, or when I bought that box of M14,
Yeah.
I took like half the boosters to work. I was just opening them
In front of people?
In front. I was down at lunch, like opening them in front of people, and they're like, "You have a problem." I'm like, "Whatever," like cracking this.
In front of people that play, or in front
Yeah.
of okay.
It was pretty hilarious. So. All right. Get that sniff. All right, so both are 12s. Hey, Internet, I'm Chaz.
And I'm Dan. Welcome to Wine is Serious Business, episode 224. We're doing some German Rieslings today. Been a little while. Yeah,
love my German Riesling.
Yeah, excited to get into it. Want to do a few more of those this year. Still focused on Oregon Pinot, but we love this stuff too, and I like trying new things.
Well, but 2012. So I love the 2012 Oregon Pinots. You love the 2012 German Rieslings. I love them too. I really shouldn't say it like just Dan, but like 2012 was an exceptional vintage in Germany, right?
Yep, yep. So, well known. I'm still a little partial to the 10s if you come down to it, but 12s have a lot of good press. I've had a few that I really enjoy. I look forward to trying more and more.
All right, well, which one should we start with? Do you have any idea?
I really don't know. Let's just start with this one. This is St. Urbanshof. This is just, I think, the Qualitäts wine, just the Riesling. Comes in, these are both just a bit under $20. I think this one's a little cheaper, maybe like 16-ish.
Okay.
This is more like 18, but they're both just under 20. So, which good price, right, for wines from fantastic regions.
That's true. And from apparently state bottle from Old Vines.
Yeah.
It says right on the label, so we'll see.
A little bit of that musty character you get in Riesling sometimes.
Yeah, it's not tending towards the like diesel-y characteristics that these can sort of take on in their youth and then in their age. This is definitely a little fresher. I mean, the mustiness is there, but there's like lemons, some very bright green apple component flavors in there, but yeah.
Some really like strong white floral notes too. It's kind of like reminding me. It's like springtime here in Portland. The trees are blooming all over the place. It kind of reminds me of that.
I'd agree. Nicely textured.
Yeah. Boy, definitely easy drinking. That white floral stuff comes across in the mid palate, I think, kind of with some honey. This is definitely a little sweeter than I expected.
Totally.
And then the acidity like comes in late to kind of brighten things up.
I think at least for me, I like my Rieslings a little sweet, or with a like mid, semi, or how do you say it, off dry.
Sure.
Yeah, just a little bit of sugar, and I think this is in a nice place, especially with where the acidity's at, right?
Yeah.
It's Dan really nailed it there, but the flavors are fresh. The acidity's not overwhelming, so it's really easy to drink. Yeah, nice for $16.
Yeah, I'm getting like just some nice yellow apple, maybe a little bit of green apple on the front end. Definitely that honeyed character, kind of those white flowers, sits big on the mid palate. Like it's not really heavy, but it's very full. And kind of that feeling of sweetness lingers, and the acidity kind of like sits in the back of the mouth. Yeah, good green apple feel on the acidity. Nice clean texture, it lingers for a while. For the price point, really solid. A little on the sweet side for something I drink a lot of. Definitely keep it cold. I think if this were up at room temp, it would start to feel a little heavy with the sweetness, but we got it.
We got these right out of the fridge.
You can see the bottle sweating a little bit right there. Yeah, nice and chilled, and it works really well at this.
I completely agree. That's a really good point. That if this was any warmer, say closer to cellar temp or above, the sugar would be a lot more prevalent. But where it's at right now, it's actually, at least for my palate, kind of nicely balanced in that it's acidity to its sugar, and then with the flavor intensity, I kind of like it.
Yeah, 87 plus for me, solid stuff. Not a whole lot of complexity either, but at this price point, I'm not really looking for it.
Right.
Pleasant drinker, and I think kind of a wide appeal too.
I'm going to agree with Dan on the score as well. 87 plus, kind of a boring set of scores, but it's really delicious. It's really delicious Riesling at the price point. So
yeah, a little bit of trivia too, if I'm not mistaken. I think we did the same bottling a previous vintage for episode number 1.
Oh,
all those years ago.
Seriously?
I think we did. Yeah.
So that means I'm gonna have to go watch episode 1 again. No one wants to watch. Don't watch episode 1. It's the most horrible episode Well, we filmed a lot of shitty episodes, but that was, God, it's like hearing my voice is like nails on a chalkboard.
First time you do anything, it's tough, right? It's got to start somewhere.
Very true. Ooh, nice. Stepping up in the game here. All right, so what are we drinking this time?
This is Bernard-Kieren, Graacher Domprost? Himmelreich.
Yeah.
Graacher Himmelreich Kabinett from 2012.
So where'd you find this one? Who brings this in? 'Cause this is a producer I haven't seen very often.
Yeah, there's another Ewald wine.
Okay.
So you've seen him on the show a couple times. Kind of a Portland institution, right? Like been bringing
Big time,
great Riesling
yeah.
in for a long time.
All around awesome dude. Too.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And this is one of the newer accounts that he's picked up. I'm not quite sure how long he's been working with them, but just a year or two, I think. And I have tasted this before. I enjoyed it.
All right.
I saw it on the shelf today when I was shopping for the show, and I'm like, yeah, we should put this on.
One of the very first times I ever really got German Riesling, or really had a wonderful German Riesling that really struck me, was from this vineyard, Graacher Himmelreich.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff out there, man.
And continuing like every vintage that I've had since of wines from all different producers, that vineyard always makes really great wine. So
It's true, man. I'm trying to think. Like I don't even remember any like disappointing experiences from that.
like, it may not be
is,
the
like,
most complex, or but it always produces a really delicious wine. So.
Yeah, definitely one of the Grand Cru world best, right? Like
Yeah, for Riesling, absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, it's one of the places
Right.
where it happens.
Wow. Very a huge step in complexity is a huge step up in complexity from the Urbenshof. So
On the nose, at least. Yeah.
yeah, on the nose, definitely tending more towards more tropical flavors, but you're getting a little bit of the floral as well.
And like some stones, peaches. Yeah.
Yeah, the peachiness, the stone fruits are definitely sticking out. Man, that smells good.
Something a little tart, like maybe like pineapple, or maybe like
I would agree with pineapple.
oh,
Maybe a hint of
not
like cantaloupe.
rhubarb or something. But yeah.
Yeah, and then the sweetness is definitely prevalent on the nose.
It's
too.
totally there,
You can
yeah.
smell sweetness, so. I thought the last one was nicely textured. This one is just watery and just awesome in the palate.
Yeah.
Like really, really
Boy, this is a good
nice
place.
feel.
I think I'm enjoying this more than the last time I had it.
The peach, the stone fruits and the peaches and the maybe a little bit of pineapple on the finish there definitely stick out in the palate. But whereas the acidity sort of came in secondary on the Urbenshof, this is like very well integrated, right? Like
It's there all the way through.
It's there all
Yeah.
the way through, yeah.
Yeah.
This is really, how much was this?
Just under 20.
Yeah, quality.
Yep. And so 2012 was a warmer year there, much like it was here. Since it's kind of a cooler climate in general there, right? Warmer years generally do pretty well. And you can definitely taste that, where this isn't like totally dominated by really crisp green apples, right?
No,
You do get some of
no.
those richer fruits in there.
Not a lean wine.
Yeah, and it's definitely full for a cabinet. Like
Mm-hmm.
it reminds me of some Spät laces I've had.
Agreed.
And you hear about people declassifying stuff. I don't know if that's happening here, but you're definitely tasting some of those more ripe fruits. Kind of his description is right on. There's definitely some good complexity, some light minerality. This still stays pretty easily drinkable.
Totally.
Yeah, but lots of good ripe fruits. Yeah, really enjoyable.
But there's good ripeness, there's great acidity to counteract that, and there's good integration. And with the way that it all sort of plays out, it definitely, I would almost venture to say that there's going to be as much or more sweetness on this than the last wine. But just the way it interacts with your mouth, it doesn't feel as heavy, or the sugar doesn't. It makes such a obvious. What am I trying to say here? Yeah, it just doesn't. It doesn't seem as obvious.
I think the
So-
acidity sits on the palate more, where in this one it kind of comes in the back, right? So the sweetness kind of sits by itself. Here it's really got the acidity kind of tied up with it all the way through. Acidity sinks in your teeth a little bit. The acidity's a little stronger, I think, in the end here too. Which works well for both of us, I think.
Yeah, I have been liking more acidic wines lately, and this is delicious.
Yeah.
I mean, this is really good at the price point. Man, 90 points for me. Like it's awesome. Like
Yeah.
Definitely, like, I'm going to seek out, if I see bottles on the shelf, or I'm going to seek out a few bottles to store, because this is that good.
Nice.
In my opinion.
Nice.
So
cool.
thanks for turning me on to it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, thanks for bringing it in.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is good stuff. I'm gonna go 90 points too, just barely for me, but there's that edge of complexity, and I want to say, like I said, I think I'm enjoying this even more than the last time I had it. I don't think it would have gone there before, but it's showing really well right now.
I think you could age this probably with some interesting results. I mean, because it's got great intensity of flavor. Yeah. It's got really well balanced, integrated sugar and acidity, and a lot of acidity. I think this could be an interesting wine in a few years or 5 years. But it's already drinking really good, and that's why I like Riesling. You can drink it any time.
Drink it all the time.
Drink it all the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That leads into actually a very good question of the day.
Okay.
At least we're already talking about Riesling. When it comes to German Riesling, I know everyone's got a preference of like when they like to drink certain wines. I like German Riesling because, you know, I think for my palate, I could drink it any time and enjoy it. How much age do your German Rieslings have to have on them before you drink them? For you,
Joel, I know this is going to be a long time for you.
What about you, Dan?
For me, I'm really hard pressed. Like there's some producer, right? So like my prune stuff, I definitely want to age a bit. But I really like a lot of stuff right on release too. Yeah. So
it's such a struggle, right?
It really is, and I'd say given just the world of Riesling, I guess I'll say on release, right? Certainly there are plenty of fine exceptions of wines that you can drink super old and they're magnificent, but there are some that might not be, and I think Riesling is kind of a great grape in that it can show such fantastic complexity and flavors the day you pull it off the shelf. And I think a lot of the other world's great wines don't necessarily do that.
You have to give them time, whereas
that's true. So I like them young. I'm going that way with Chardonnay too, by the way, even more strongly. But that's my answer.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a great answer. So yeah, let us know what you guys think, and we'll see you guys for the next show.
Cheers.
Bye.